Creative financing down payments can be the difference between you owning a few income properties and setting yourself financially free with a cash flowing beast of a portfolio. And if financial freedom is important to you, you'll want to hang tight until the very end, as I've got 7 creative strategies to find down payments for your real estate deals. You ready? Let's go. Before joining my private REI ACE client group, coming up with that next down payment was often the greatest barrier for these aspiring real estate investors to scooping up that next investment property. I mean, they thought they were plagued with money problems, but when in reality, all they had was just a simple idea problem. In this video, I'm gonna give you 7 of the many ideas that I've shared with and taught to them so that finding the down payment for your next deal will be significantly easier. And by the way, if you're still looking to get that first deal under your belt, I put together a free training just for you to help you get that first deal done and then earn $5,000 a month flipping contracts and flipping properties, working as little as 1 hour a day. And you can access it at mattsfreetraining.com. A down payment is an initial payment made when something is bought on credit, and in most cases required when borrowing money to buy real estate. So how much of a down payment do you need? Like the answer to most real estate questions, it depends. I mean, it can depend on the type of financing you're using, to what you negotiate, to your credit history, to your real estate experience, to the profitability of your overall deal. As directly as I can put it, it's gonna be about 10 to 30%. The amount doesn't matter much, however, in my experience, because there are plenty of options to come up with the cash for a down payment. Sometimes you don't need any money at all. And I'll put a link in the description on a video I recently created confirming the no money down rumor to buying real estate is just that, a rumor. Let's start. Creative financing down payment strategy number 1, and that is seller financing. And this is one of my favorites. I mean, you likely just negotiated a good price, right? So why not negotiate the terms too, by asking the seller to fund your down payment? And don't stop negotiating there. The terms of seller-held mortgages are 100% negotiable for the length of the loan. The interest rate, the fees, moratoriums, escalations, amortization, performance, prepayment penalties to prepayment rewards to balloon payments. I mean, anything goes. Everything is negotiable. Next, cross-collateralization, sometimes referred to as a blanket mortgage. If you own another property or properties, you can ask your lender to use those as collateral to fund your down payment. Let's say you apply for a loan to buy a new income property, and they require a 20% down payment. But there's a problem. You don't have 20% down, but you do have another property. Could be your home or another investment property that has, say, $100,000 of equity in it. So you share that information with your lender, and they agree to use that additional property as collateral for your down payment, and then they just waive the down payment requirement entirely. In the event you're unable to make your loan payments, the lender is secured by 2 properties, and they could foreclose on both to recoup their funds if they wanted to, should you default. Next, credit cards. And this seems like it should be obvious, but it's really not. I mean, rarely does someone think of buying a house with a credit card, but it's done all the time. Now, it can be expensive doing it this way, but if the deal supports it, hey, go for it. Additionally, using credit cards allows you to move quickly and flexibly pay the money back, as slow or as fast as you'd like. A service like epicfastfunding.com can hook you up with up to $150,000 of credit, so you can essentially become your own down payment lender. Keep in mind, however, that credit cards are not a viable option if you're getting a conventional mortgage, since it involves borrowing money to cover that down payment. But you can still use the credit cards for funding your rehab work or launching your next motivated seller marketing campaign. All right, I've got 4 more creative financing down payment ideas to go. And if you're finding this useful, let me know by clicking the like button. And if you could use creative real estate investing ideas like this regularly, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, as I post stuff like this multiple times a week. Next, you could sell some stuff. I mean, do you have a boat or a dirt bike or a kegerator that you no longer use? Or something you don't use very often maybe? You know, like, could you sell the jet ski and then rent one for a week when you visit the lake in the summer? Not only can your old stuff be a source of a down payment, but it can be liberating to clean up the clutter and free up some space. Next, friends and family. Now I know, nobody wants to approach their parents, siblings, aunts, uncles, friends, and grandparents and beg for a loan. And I'm not suggesting that you do that. What I'm suggesting is that you bring them an opportunity where their money can work harder for them by giving it to you rather than leaving it in their zero interest bearing savings account at, say, Wells Fargo. Don't borrow money from them, give them an opportunity. They're not doing you a favor, you're doing them one. And they're not likely to rake you over the coals on interest or fees either. Just as with seller financing, everything here is negotiable. Consider it. I mean, the debt won't appear on your credit report, and the lender may not include it when calculating your debt to income ratio either, if they bother calculating it at all. Next one, your 401k or IRA. I mean, it can get tricky quickly when you borrow money from your retirement accounts to buy investment properties. I mean, there are rules to follow to protect your tax benefits. So consult with your administrator to see if this is going to be a viable option for you. Or maybe just cash it out altogether. Now, I know, I get a lot of pushback on this suggestion, but hear me out. You see, you're saving this money for retirement, say around the age of 60 years old or so. But is tomorrow promised? I mean, how much will it actually amount to at the age of 60? Will it be enough to retire? I mean, you got to do the math. Do the math and make sure that you're on track to hit your goal and you're not just doing something because you heard that you should. Because it's this idea of taxes and penalties that cause people to leave their money in these types of retirement accounts. But they have no guarantees that they'll make it to retirement or if it will be enough if they do. So, just for fun, do the math. I mean, if you were to withdraw all of the funds from your retirement account, subtract the taxes, subtract the penalties, and then look at what you got left. What else could you do with that money? If you were to put that money to work for you right now, how long would it take for you to recoup those taxes and penalties? If you could recoup them before your 60th birthday, wouldn't it make sense to consider it? I mean, you could be benefiting from those funds right now and when you retire. If you find the right properties at the right prices and terms, I mean, is there a reason to wait until you're 60 years old to enjoy the fruits of your labor? Cashflow Savvy has properties like this right now, already fixed up with property management in place and tenants already paying rent. So if you'd like to know more about that, download a free investor's package at cashflowsavvy.com. Next, home equity line of credit or a HELOC. Do you have some equity in your home? Do you have some equity in other investment properties? You know, one of the most effective ways to borrow money for a down payment on an investment property is to take out a home equity line of credit against property that you already own, even if it's your primary residence. I mean, it's relatively affordable, it's flexible, and if you've got a lot of equity, you can make a significant dent in your journey to financial freedom that way. HELOCs can be fixed interest or variable based on the prime rate, and they typically have a 10 to 15 year draw period during which borrowers can use the line of credit like a secured credit card. During this time, the borrower often only pays interest on the credit balance and does not have to pay any money toward principal each month. A lot of my students, not to mention it's a standard practice for real estate investors to use a HELOC to cover the initial down payment or the renovation costs when they buy a new property. After renovating, they then refinance to pull some cash back out and pay off their HELOC. When it comes to down payments for your investments, you've got options. So don't let the down payment get in your way from taking on that next deal. I've put together a free training just for you. Go to mattsfreetraining.com and I'm going to show you how you can make $5,000 a month in as little as 1 hour a day. Take care. I'll see you next time.